This is a series of videos about how to create your online marketplace. So I'm doing this in the demo model to show you. So what you're looking for is the ability to browse these courses. You want to be able to bring up these courses for students that are going to be taking it in the US and elsewhere. And you want to be able to have different filters over here, and you want to be able to have them where they can come in and they can add it to their cart and they can do everything they need to do. So let's go through how we are going to set this up and what you need to do. All right, I'm going to switch over now to your environment. And this is all going to be found in this area that's called Store right here. So this is where we're going to be working. The first thing I want you to think about is tuition and fees. What are you going to charge for these courses? And do you want to charge any fees? And this is where you can add them here. So you can just have, this could be like US tuition if you wanted that, and you could have a price of $100 of credit or whatever you wanted to use, and then you can call it tuition or fees, and you can add or subtract it. So let's add this here just to show you. And you can add, let's add some fees. Let's add an application fee. And let's give that $10, and then that's going to be a fee. So I'm just going to show you how we can do these. Now, we can always, as well as you see here, you can change and you can also delete. And we'll delete these at the end. But I want to show you where you add these in. So the first thing you need to do is to decide this, is to go ahead and decide your tuition and fees that you're going to be using, because this has to be attached to another location. Now, also, since we're talking about the money, you can also do this with the discounts. So there is an opportunity here to give an order discount, a product discount. So let's say if you want to get into giving someone 10% off or 50% off a tuition fee or any sort of thing like that, you can do this. I don't think you're going to do this at the beginning, but I want to show you that that's an option. So when you get to that point, we can go over more training. But right now, we're going to go over how to create that marketplace. So first thing, tuition and fees. Second thing is I want you to think of this as like a real store. In a real store, you have things that are out on the shelf that you can buy, and that's our products. But you also have a bunch of stuff that's in the back that's inventory that you can't buy, but you can bring them out and make products. So all of your courses, everything you have starts as inventory, and then you have to create it into a product. So let's look at here, and it said the inventory. All right, now you're wanting to say, well, where in the world did all of this information come from? And I will show you. If you go back into your courses, we're going to come into here, and you're going to see in settings, you're going to see this marketplace right here. And this basically pulls all of the details of the course you've just created and puts it into the inventory. Now, you can see here, it's not all completely filled out. The language, the description, you've got a course description here, you've got an image, but look, each one of these, this is where you have to have the information on your pricing and what you want to do with it. So, when you finish each one of these courses, let's go back and make the full inventory. So let's say we're going to make this one, and this language is in French, so we can come down here and find, boy, there's a lot of different ones. I think it would be easier to just write. Well, nope, we have to search for it. Well, you can search for it. Listen, I'm just going to put anything in right here. This won't matter, the short description. You don't need to really do anything with that right now. You've got the section. This is good. You've got a description. This comes from it. You've got your image. Now, here's what, okay, I'm just going to show you what this looks like. Let's use our tuition and fees. And we just filled in, we say, I'm going to use US tuition. But I can add another fee. I want to add that this has an application fee with it as well. So I can add both of those. So now when you see this, it's going to have both of those application and other fees. Tells it how many days for your refunds. Well, I'm only going to give people 3 days, and after that they can't get a refund. Do I want to add it to the cart? Yes. This is right now, this is the main one, and that's where we have our little things there. And now you really want this categories, and here's why it's important, because this is how you're going to filter in your marketplace. And we're going to look at this and we're going to say this is a Bible, but we're also going to add that it's year 1. All right, so we're adding 2, so we're going to save all of that. Now, this all information isn't all correct, but you can do this here from this course right here, but if you don't do it there, you can do it also from here. So let's go back into our inventory, and that was, let's see. I kind of forgot the name of that course, so let me go back and just look to see what course that was. History, there you go. So, all right. Let's go back into our inventory. All right, for me. All right, here it is. Now look at this. See this? Here's the course, and now look, we already have the amount that's in here. Now, you don't have to do that here again. You can come into any one of these ones that you want to. These should all be done for courses you want to offer online, that you want them to be done. So if I would say your first year 1 courses, you definitely want to have all them done. You just need to be able to fill out all that same information for them and have them all done. All right, now, once you have them in inventory, can you then create a marketplace out of them? No, you have to turn them into a product. And products are a collection of inventory items. So now we take this and we're going to look for that same one. All right, we're going to look for that same course, and we're going to give it, well, see, this is when my not having a French is a hindrance. All right, so I remember this is the name of the course. All right, so I'm just going to go back here, close this out, go back to my store. All right, and I'm here, and I'm looking for that inventory item. All right, it's not showing that. All right, let's come here. So we're going to make a product. What type of product is this? This is a course. And we're going to create it. All right, what format? Now, here you see all of your inventory options. So what are we looking for? This one, let's search for that history. There it is right there. That's the one we want. That's going to be your default. Go ahead and save that. All right. So now when you come in and you look at your products, look, you have a product here. This means that this product is eligible now to be put into a marketplace. So your first step, everything has to be made into inventory. You saw how to do that. And then you have to turn that inventory into products. Just stop right on that. So there's inventory, products, and tuition and fees you do, and then we'll show you how to put it all together.